guys, how is everybody tonight? Hope you're well. Like everybody I know has the flu, so I really hope you're staying well, doing all the things you can do to support your immune system, washing your hands, like trying to stay away from crowded places, just generally staying well, okay? Because for real, it's bad. Like everybody out there is just super, super sick. Okay, so I thought we would do something kind of different tonight, something a little fun if you like learning about yourself. I love personality tests. All those ones that come up on Facebook that's like, what kind of Disney princess would you be? Yeah, I'm going to take it. Okay, I probably won't share my results online because I don't want to look like a nerd, but I'll take the test. So anyway, I posted a link in the description that will take you to a for real personality test. It's not just one of these click, whatever. You actually have to write down your answers and then you go back and add them up later. And it's kind of lengthy, so spend some time doing it. But don't overthink the answers. Just choose the one that you feel like best describes you. And then you'll add up your answers at the end. You'll add up all your letters. And then those letters will correspond to a color. All right? I've done several of these, and this particular one is the gem test. So there are 4 different gems. There is ruby, there is a sapphire, there's an emerald, and there's a pearl. So those are the 4 colors, and each color has different personality traits that go along. So obviously you're going to be a mixture of a lot of these, but you will definitely have one that is your strong color or your strong gem. So if you have already taken the test, just get your results in front of you, and we're going to go over the different gems and what the different personality traits are for those gems. Because listen, when you start to understand, like, oh my gosh, I'm a ruby, and that's why I do blah, blah, blah. That's why I act this way, and that's why I have trouble doing this certain thing. You start to be able to learn about yourself, and you start to learn, like, hey, you put a name on the thing that's bothering you or the thing that you're having trouble overcoming, and then you can kind of get past it. So it's really good for just personal development, for growth, getting along with others, because then you start to see, oh, that person is like the total opposite color of me. So that's why we don't communicate in the same way. Trust me, it does kind of give you a little bit more grace for the people in your lives. All right, so let's start with emerald, okay? Emerald people, if you are an emerald, then you are a person who loves facts. You are a person who is a researcher. You're a person who analyzes everything. You like numbers. You're into all that stuff that's really logical, okay? Green people are usually really organized. They're really neat and clean. They are pretty much people that you would go to if you had a problem, because they're going to know how to solve it, and they're going to have several different ways that you can solve that problem. They're great for that kind of stuff. Sometimes they can be perfectionists. So if you want a job done right, then go to an emerald person, okay? They are usually really good at following through with things. These are their strengths. They always do their best when it comes to their tasks. And like I said before, they're usually really, really organized. So those are strengths, okay? The weaknesses for an emerald are that sometimes they can start analyzing and they get, stuck. It's called analysis paralysis. They're just going over the details so much they can't make the decision. They're just overanalyzing something and they get stuck. They're easily overwhelmed by a lot of details, a task that has too many things to do, and sometimes they're very slow to make decisions. Hi, there's a dog in here. The dog just came to see me. Thanks for letting him in right now. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk to you later, little guy. Here's why I love people who are emeralds, and I have a lot of emerald friends. A lot of my friends are emeralds. I love them because they can remember details. So like As a friend, if we're having conversations, they remember the details, every little detail that I told them, and I love that about emeralds. They know random facts. They're just full of random facts, or they have really good information, like they can remember all the stuff about something that you were trying to figure out. Oh, I can't remember this. They know it, okay? And they're usually very neat and clean and organized, so if you get to ride in their car, you can be envious because their car is probably going to be really nice and spotless on the inside, as you can tell. My car is not. Okay, next, let's talk about pearls, okay? A pearl or a yellow, if you are going by the other color tests, they are the ones that follow the rules, and they're the ones that are always helping others. That is their main goal in life. They help everybody that they meet, just about. Okay? They're always trying to serve people. They're always trying to help. They're not motivated by money at all. They're usually motivated by some kind of cause, or can they help somebody? That's what they want to do with their lives. That's how they feel fulfilled. They have very strong convictions. They're very thoughtful and patient. They don't like conflict at all. They don't like to argue with people. They don't like conflict. And sometimes they can be really open with their personal information. So if you meet a pearl and you don't really know them all that well, and they start just opening up about their family and their personal life, it's because they trust you, and they're probably a yellow. Okay. Also, they really love people, but they love people in small doses. So they don't like big, loud, noisy mobs of people. They don't like all that energy. They like the smaller, more intimate gatherings, one-on-ones. That's how they prefer to relate to people. Their strengths are that they keep their word. They're really good at long-term relationships, and they're very loyal and trustworthy. But their weaknesses are that they can sometimes get walked on. People take advantage of their helpful nature, and they have a hard time saying no to people because they don't want to hurt people's feelings, all right? Sometimes they can get very overwhelmed in large groups, like big parties or big, like a concert or shopping malls that's really crowded, all that kind of stuff. And sometimes they try to do everything by themselves. They forget to ask for help because they don't want to impose on anybody. They just, that's what they do. They just take it all on themselves. Here's why I love yellows. I love yellows because they'll be your best friend for life. They really will. Yellows are in it to win it when it comes to the friendship. They will be there no matter what. It's really hard to run a yellow off. They're very good listeners. In fact, sometimes they'll listen so politely even when they're ready to go or they have something else to do. They'll just keep listening and listening and smiling because they want to make, that other person feel important. And they make you feel okay with everything that they tell you and do for you. They just want you to feel good, okay? So that's pearls. Let's talk about rubies, all right? Rubies are the people that are super goal-driven. These are the people that love a challenge, and they love to win. If there's a competition, they're going to be in the middle of it because they want to win it. That's what they're motivated by. They're motivated by those challenges. They like the best of everything. They want to have, the most, maybe the most expensive or the trendiest or whatever. They like the best of the best. They like to be unique, and they like to stand out. They like to be the center of attention. They're usually very goal-oriented. I may have already said that. And they also enjoy leading others. So these are the people that are usually up at the front of the group telling everybody else what to do. They are also very productive people, okay? They get super focused on what they're trying to do, and they become extremely productive. Their strengths are that they're not afraid to take risks, and they're super go-getter people. They're also really good at decision making. They don't have to think about the emotional implications of everything. They just make their decision. But their weaknesses is that sometimes when they're relating to people, they can be really direct and to the point, and that can hurt some people's feelings because it's going to sound insensitive. They're not usually in tune with other people's feelings when it comes to reading the room. They're just it's their goal, and if it doesn't line up inside of their goal, I know you are, Linda. I know you're yellow. Then yeah, they kind of can hurt people's feelings and they don't realize it. So sometimes they have that tunnel vision when it comes to their goal or their, their challenge. They're working on their task. Here's why I love rubies. Rubies inspire me to hustle. They inspire me to do, like, go out there and just go after it and get it and not think too hard about it. They are the people that enjoy leading, so they take the pressure off the other people that feel like, oh gosh, I don't want to be the one standing up. The red people will do it. The rubies will do it. And they tell it like it is. They give it to you straight, and while sometimes it's hard to hear, you need to hear the truth. So, let's talk about the last color. This is the sapphire. The sapphire people are creative. They're very social. Their motivation is fun. Okay, so if there's no fun in it, they're not going to do it. They're going to get bored really fast and just drop it and quit. They love large groups of people. They love being in the middle of all that. They love to be recognized. That's one thing that they will completely work for, and they will work harder for recognition than they will ever work for money. They're usually really positive people. They're usually really upbeat people, and sometimes they can be a bit free-spirited. So they might be, that's maybe a nicer word for flighty. I don't know, that's probably not a nice word. But yeah, free spirit. So you can count on the blue people to probably not be on time or probably forget that they had an important engagement at some point and we're like, oh shoot, was that today? That's your blue people, okay? Blue people are flying by the seat of their pants all the time. Their strengths are that they are so fun to be around. They're the life of the party. They're really usually easygoing, and they have great people skills. They know how to interact with people, engage people, so they're really just great to have a conversation with and talk to. Their weaknesses are that they can be very disorganized. They're terrible planners, and they're easily distracted from dull or mundane tasks that, most people would just be like, okay, I'm just going to get this done. But blue people are like, okay, I'm over this. I'm out. I'm finding something else to do. I don't care. Okay. So that's the blue. Why do I love sapphires? I love sapphires because they're good at having fun. I used to think that I was a fun person. Maybe before kids I was a fun person. But then like life hits and it's like I think of all the things I have to do. I have a real problem with like having fun. And blue people are super good at having fun. Like they're just like, that's what they're focused on. And they know all the cool places to go and they know all the fun stuff to do. And I'm just sitting here going like, well, I watched a movie with my kids today. That was pretty fun. Okay, so the blue people know how to have fun. They're really good at staying connected. Like if you have a long distance relationship with a blue person, they'll be the ones that will just text you out of nowhere and be like, hey, what's up? I miss you. Oh my gosh, how have you been? They're the ones doing that, okay? They're thinking about their friends all the time. They can actually put a positive spin on just about any situation, maybe some that are negative. They're usually just positive people, so they can help you to do that. So those are the colors. Those are the gems. I am going to ask you a secret special question, and if you answer, the first person that has not done this with me before, okay, if you've done this with me before, you're out, you're disqualified, you don't get a chance. Sorry. But it would be cheating. I know you can't read it, but this is a bottle of tangerine essential oil. Tangerine is like, it is so lovely and yummy. And so you can diffuse this. You can add a drop to your water. Even though it's in this, not a white bottle, it's the same oil. You can clean with it. I've cleaned with it before. Oh my gosh, it just smells so good and it tastes so good. I actually put this in a sugar scrub that I made and it just smelled amazing. Okay, so this will be like going to live with someone if they can answer this question. I want to know what you think my top 2 colors are. Bonus points if you get them in the right order, okay? So am I a ruby? Am I a sapphire? Am I a pearl? Am I an emerald? What am I? And then what's my second one? Because when you do the test, you're really looking for your top two. So you'll take your top two numbers, and those are like your top two personality traits, okay? I am like, yeah, I know you know, Brandon. I hope you know. I'm mostly one. Like, there is one that that I am mostly, and then the other one is pretty high, and the other two are really low, and the numbers are so close. But even with these personality tests, I see more of those lower colors in myself than I think these tests will pick up. Okay, so the first person to answer that has not taken this test with me before, okay? You can't get the tangerine if you've taken the test with me. I will send you that tangerine, okay? So I'll be checking the comments to see who gets it right. And this will be funny, okay? All right, next week, I cannot remember what we're talking about, but it's going to be fun, okay? Next week, we're going to be talking about something cool. And join me on Monday nights. I love getting on here. It gives me something to do on Monday because I never have anything to do. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you get my answer right. Bye.